Is Bukayo Saka injured? Can we ignore Luton and Burnley's double game week? And is Salah now essential in FPL? Let's look at it in today's team selection video. Now, kicking things off with my own personal team, we have Flecken in goal with a Nottingham Forest fixture. Now, of course, you see Turner on the bench over there. Again, he is playing Brentford. They both play each other this game week. Now, they did rotate quite well up until this point. Now, it's kind of a toss-up of who I would like to start personally. At the moment, Flecken has the edge. Even though they have been poor in their last two fixtures, I think they will start to find their feet going forward. However, Nottingham Forest away is a very difficult fixture, and I wouldn't really be hurting myself if I played Turner in goal, because I think there will be 2 goals in that game. Potentially I could go for Turner in order to get more save points. However, I'm just not quite sure about that as of yet. So for now, Flecken stays in goal. Of course, Botman on that left, a great addition, especially after last week when he scored a goal and got a clean sheet against Sheffield United. It's a shame I didn't have Trippier after his 3 assists and clean sheet, but hey ho, he is much more expensive than Botman, and I would rather be a little bit more flexible with my team going forward. Botman with a Burnley fixture, fantastic fixture. Let's hope that clean sheet is locked in for Botman. Now, in the middle, a bit of an interesting one, we have Kabore with his double game week, Everton and Burnley. Now, I don't know if there is going to be a clean sheet in those 2 fixtures. However, I kind of want to play him over Estepinian against Aston Villa, because I do believe Aston Villa will prove a difficult fixture for Brighton. So for now, Kabore is slap bang in the middle of my team with his double game week. Now, on the right-hand side of my defence, Saliba with Bournemouth away. We know how good Saliba is. He was on my bench last week when they played Tottenham. That was a slippy performance from Arsenal and both Tottenham as well, to be fair. But I think Arsenal will still find their feet in this fixture, particularly because Bournemouth is a slightly easier team to face than a really attacking Spurs team. But that is my defence. Of course, you can see Chilwell on the bench over there. I'm not risking him coming on for a short period of time, then getting a yellow card, as he has been doing the past few weeks. So he's just going to remain there. But yeah, that is my defence and goalkeeper, guys. Now, across the middle of the midfield, there could be a few transfer targets this game week. We're looking at the likes of Mbeumo, Luis Diaz, and possibly even Saka this game week, making way for other transfers. And now I'm going to talk about them transfers at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. But at the moment, we have Mbeumo against Forest. Don't particularly like that fixture for Mbeumo, especially with Forest being very good at home, it seems. Luis Diaz, Tottenham away. Tottenham, very good team at the moment. Luis Diaz possibly becoming a minute's risk as well, moving forward with Darwin Núñez, Jota and Gakpo needing a little bit more game time, in my opinion. And it's easy for Klopp to just take out Luis Diaz and put any one of them on that left or front mix match. You know, it's very easy for him to do. Therefore, I'm not quite sure I want him in my team at the moment. Maddison is flagged on the FPL app, but we're just going to wait for information on that, because if it's the case he is injured, Saka's injured, I may have to go a different route than I was originally going to go with my transfers this week. The likes of Diaz might have to stay if Maddison and Saka are both injured, but for now, let's just wait for information. That's why no transfers have been made currently on my official FPL account. Saka being injured, Bournemouth at home. If he's back, great. Hopefully he starts. Maybe it's the case he's fine, he's not injured, but Arteta benches him because it is Bournemouth. For example, if it was City they were playing, I have no doubt in my mind if Saka was somewhat fit, he would play because he's such an important part of Arsenal's team. Matoma also could be a person to make way. Due to me wildcarding in game week 8 or game week 9, it just doesn't make sense to keep him. It's more likely I should be a bit aggressive with my transfers this week and pick someone who has a good game week. For example, Luton or Burnley players, or even teams who are facing Luton and Burnley, likes of Everton. looking at a transfer possibly from Matoma to an Everton player. I know it sounds crazy, but that could be something that happens. But yeah, that is my midfield. A few difficult decisions to make, but for now, I'm just holding off on the transfers on my official account. Now, the forwards, we have the two Man City boys who are playing really, really well at the moment, Haaland and Alvarez. Now, Haaland is getting some fantastic XG at the moment, but slightly not putting them away as much as we would hope. He is still getting the goals, though, and he's very consistent. At 92% ownership, he has to get my captaincy pick, especially playing a slightly easier team now in Wolves away. Alvarez, fantastic player. He looked really, really good against Forest last game week. But that red card from Rodri just killed the game off. It became really stagnant for Man City, not getting as many chances as they normally would. And, you know, Alvarez having a good free kick, having a good few shots here and there against Forest. He looks a really promising FPL pick for those who brought him in last week. I know a lot of people brought him in for Jackson. It was my decision to bring him in for João Pedro. João Pedro making way in that situation. But yeah, they're my two forwards this game week. Just to quickly talk about my bench though, of course, we spoke about Turner possibly coming into the side, playing at home, playing Brentford, who aren't really up to form at the moment. He could possibly come into my team, as well as Estupinian. He could possibly come in as well. He's a really, really good FPL asset, but against Aston Villa away, I'm not too sure about that. That's why he's on my bench at the moment. Ben Chilwell, I really don't want to go near him, but with Gusto's red card, is it time for him to come back in this Chelsea side and just solidify it a little bit more? They haven't been too bad defensively. Fulham don't look really good going forward. It could spell a little bit of a clean sheet. However, I'm not too sure the attack and returns will be there for Chilwell this game week. And of course, Jackson having another yellow card last game week means he's suspended for now. Of course, he scored last night. His confidence may return in the coming future. But yeah, next week and the week after, game week 8, game week 9, wild card, he is definitely out of my squad. Probably the first one out of my squad, in fact, for maybe a Watkins or someone like that who's got really good fixtures coming up, Newcastle players as well. But yeah, that is my game week 7 team selection. Now, I know I just said in the forward and substitute section of the video that Nicholas Jackson could make way for Watkins next week, but a transfer I've been looking at to target this week with the 2 transfers I have and possibly wildcard next week, I could get really aggressive and get a double game week player in Morris. Now, Morris is Luton's penalty taker, and his double fixture doesn't look too bad. Everton and Burnley. Everton kind of seem like they're finding form at the moment, scoring a few more goals, having Calvert-Lewin back, Decore playing a more advanced role, which we will get on to in the next transfer. But yeah, this could be a really good transfer to do this week and just maybe demote a Luis Diaz to the bench, or an Mbeumo or a Mitoma. Anyone who is injured as well could make way for Morris, due to the fact that people are flagged in the FPL app, and it is a little bit worrying that I won't have a full 11. But doing it this way, I get to have Jackson, who definitely won't play, out for a player who can definitely play and probably will get 90 minutes across both fixtures. Next one, again, this could be anyone on the left-hand side, but I've gone for Luis Diaz in this case. We could be looking at getting Everton's Decore in. Now, he plays Luton, already probably the best fixture you can have this season, but the reason Decore is actually in is seems to be playing a more advanced role than normal. He is right in behind that striker, supporting them throughout the game. It's a really interesting role from that midfielder role, potentially pushing up to almost a calm centre-forward type role. It's really weird, but if that's the way he's going to play and he's scoring goals and getting assists the way he is, why not have a punt on him for just 1 week? It seems that I'll be game week 8 wildcarding or game week 9 wildcarding, but even if I do take Luis Diaz out and put Decore in, you know, he has Luton, then Bournemouth. Why not take the punt? They're both home fixtures for him. Luis Diaz, on the other hand, Tottenham and Brighton. Why not just get him out the way? Minutes risk, not good fixtures for him. Looking at Decore, 90-minute man, good fixtures, both at home. Let's give it a go. Just to end the video on this, of course, the transfers suggested in the last section of the video, if I put them into my team, this is what the team would look like in game week 7. It's most likely I'm just going to wait to make my personal transfers with all of the money in my bank. I just think I can afford to do that, especially with the people I'm wanting to bring in on my wildcard. I think it's quite wise, especially with Saka possibly being injured, James Maddison possibly being injured, and as well, Sven Botman seems to have a little bit of a knee issue that I've just found out as well. Could just do this and have Decore and Morris come in. Making way though is Mbeumo and Estepinian, both possibly going to play, as well as Ben Chilwell on the bench could play, but having those on the bench just allows me to have that flexibility with the 2 transfers made. If anyone is injured, we can easily replace them. For example, if Botman is injured, Estepinian comes in. If Maddison is injured, Mbeumo comes in. If both Maddison and Saka are injured, Estepinian and Mbeumo could come in. But yeah, that's how the team could look. This is using FPL.team, I believe. It's just a really reliable website. One of the more reliable ones out there at the moment. Just lets you plan ahead and get ahead of your friends in your mini league if that's what you're about. But yeah, it really helps me plan out my videos, plan out my team going forward, and that is what my game week 7 will most likely look at this point in time. With that being said, guys, that is everything in today's video covered. I hope you've enjoyed a slightly shorter video this game week. I try to compact as much information as I do in my longer form videos and just really compact it in so it's an easier viewing experience for you guys at home. If you have enjoyed this new style of intro, video and everything in between, please drop a like, please drop a subscribe. It helps me loads and hopefully I can help you loads in your FPL journey. But yeah, that's everything for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.